Until fairly recently, most large businesses were driven almost exclusively with single goal in mind: profit. Maximizing profits was at the heart of every action taken or initiative pursued.
In the past few decades, however, more business leaders have recognized that they have a responsibility to do more than simply maximize profits for shareholders and executives. Rather, they have a social responsibility to do what's best not just for their companies, but people, the planet, and society at large.
This realization has led to the emergence of companies that identify as socially responsible. Some even carry designations or seals such as B corporations or B Corps, social purpose corporations or SPCs, and low profit limited liability companies or the L3Cs. But what is corporate social responsibility and what are the different forms it can take?
What is corporate social responsibility or CSR? Corporate social responsibility is the idea that a business has a responsibility to the society that exists around it. It is according to the Online Core Sustainable Business Strategy.
Exactly what socially responsible means varies from organization to organization. Firms are often guided by a concept known as the triple bottom line, which dictates that a business should be committed to measuring its social and environmental impact along with its profits. The adage, profit, people, planet, is often used to summarize the driving force behind the triple bottom line.
Hello everyone, so today we will be discussing the types of corporate social responsibility. So, what are the types of corporate social responsibility or CSR? The corporate social responsibility is traditionally broken into four categories, and the first category is environmental responsibility. Climate change is an urgent global matter. The COVID-19 pandemic is solid evidence that we need to commit to caring for the environment and those around us if we are to overcome any global crisis. As government action proves insufficient in creating the radical change that we need, companies have unique opportunity to become true contributors to the well-being of all humankind. So now, let me define what is corporate environmental responsibility. The corporate environmental responsibility refers to the belief that organization should behave in as environmentally friendly a way as possible. It's one of the most common forms of corporate social responsibility, and some companies use the term environmental stewardship to refer to such initiatives. The corporate environmental responsibility, or CER, also known as green CSR, has been a global trend for some time. The term derives from corporate social responsibility or CSR, and it refers to the duty of reducing or eliminating the negative impact that companies have on the environment. Environmental protection is, of course, as much as an individual responsibility as it is a collective one, but research has proven that companies play a fundamental role in slowing down climate change. Businesses have a prime responsibility towards the environment. They overuse natural resources, produce toxic waste, emit carbon dioxide, and contribute to global warming. They also deplete forests, pollute rivers, and intoxicate ocean ecosystems. In sum, there is an urgent need to find ways to slow down and even stop the impact of companies have on the environment. But the question is, are all businesses a threat to the planet? Certainly not. But this does not mean those which are innocent are free of responsibility. It is not just businesses with high levels of carbon dioxide emissions that need to start changing their practices. The good news is that, according to scholars, organizations around the world are becoming more aware of their role, and stakeholder pressure for sustainable practices is an important factor in this change. What are the green companies doing to protect the environment? More and more companies are now going green. There are many inspiring examples of big and small companies around the world who are doing things right by the planet. And good actions deserve attention and celebration because they make the world feel a little brighter. So let's shine a spotlight to a Swiss company, the IKEA. IKEA has an encompassing CSR initiative called People and Planet, involving specific and action plans to reach three ambitious goals. First, enabling a healthy and sustainable living for over 1 billion people, and creating a circular business that recreates all of the resources they use. And last, ensuring a fair and equal workspace for every person in their supply chain. Companies that seek to embrace environmental responsibility can do so in several ways, such as reducing pollution, greenhouse gas emissions, the use of single-use plastics, water consumption, and general waste. Second, increasing reliance on renewable energy, sustainable resources, and recycled or partially recycled materials. And the last one is offsetting negative environmental impact. For example, by planting trees, funding research, and donating to related causes.
Next is philanthropic responsibility. Philanthropic responsibility refers to a business's aim to actively make the world and society a better place. It supports projects and endeavors that may be too unpopular or controversial to gain the widespread support of the general public or the government. Also, seek to solve social problems by donating to charitable organizations and lending their support to worthy causes by providing financial aid and through advocacy. In addition to acting as ethically and environmentally friendly as possible, organizations driven by philanthropic responsibility often dedicate a portion of their earnings. While many firms donate to charities and nonprofits that align with their guiding missions, and others donate to worthy causes that don't directly relate to their business. Others go so far as to create their own charitable trust or organizations to give back. It can include things such as funding educational program or providing scholarships to talented needy students. Supporting health initiatives helps productivity and reduces health care costs. Donating to causes, giving donation program to the victims of typhoon, and supporting community beautification projects.
The 5 business benefits of corporate philanthropy. First, increase employee engagement and productivity. Up to 78% of employees want to engage with corporate social responsibility initiatives. Philanthropy programs that directly involve employees help create deeper connections and increase employee engagement. To see these benefits, create a corporate philanthropy program that encourages employees to get involved. Allow employees to select the charities they want to donate to. Create crowdfunding campaigns and use paid volunteering to amplify their impact. Second is to improve brand awareness and reputation. The second key benefit of corporate philanthropy is improving your brand reputation with employees, customers, prospects, partners, and the community at large. The more good you do, the better your brand perception will be. You also maximize the opportunities your audience will have to connect your brand with positive social initiatives. To improve your reach and reputation, consider donating funds to charities under your company's name from a central account that ensure your brand is directly connected with corporate giving. Third is to attract top talent. Businesses are only as effective as their employees, and employees are starting to demand attention to corporate responsibility, philanthropy included. It's part of a larger shift in society where employees want their employer to balance the pursuit of profit. Employees are measuring the success of their careers and the business they work for in both advancement and positive impact on the world around them. As employees become more socially conscious, they put those into consideration when deciding where to work. Fourth is to increase sales. Corporate philanthropy doesn't just help attract talent, it also helps attract new customers. Study shows that people will spend more than with brands that support causes. When choosing between two brands of equal value, 90% of customers are likely to switch to a cause-branded product. Consumers also said they would purchase a product simply because a company advocated for an issue they care about. To realize this benefit, make your philanthropic activities to the public. This could be through advertisements, social media posts highlighting contributions, or other awareness level activities. The last one is the tax deductions. Helping a charity in need does provide economic rewards. Companies typically receive tax deductions from charitable giving and should consult with finance professionals to ensure compliance with all tax requirements.
To define ethical responsibility, ensuring an organization is operating in a fair and ethical manner. So when we say fair and ethical manner, these are the primary concern because this will be affected to workers by their activity and work to have the most positive impact. Also, they want fair treatment, and it is important to act in ethical manner because the employees' perceptions of a company's ethical behavior might result in favorable outcomes and better financial results. Ethical responsibility also aims to achieve fair treatment of all stakeholders. So we all know that everyone wants fair treatment. But before this happens, it starts with respect, and it should have a decent standards to maintain that negotiated and accepted by all. Professionalism is also important because professionalism develops a respectful culture, which should result in appropriate conflict resolution. In addition, professional employees are more likely to recognize boundaries and to resolve small conflicts in a timely and respectful manner.
As Gracel defined the ethical responsibility and mentioned fair treatment, I'll just add that ethical responsibilities are self-enforced initiatives that a company puts in a place because they believe it is the morally correct thing to do. Now, I'll give an examples of ethical responsibility so you can grasp it. First is paying the employees a higher wages to ensure that their salary can adequate for their lifestyle and necessities in life. Also, ensuring all employees will receive comprehensive benefits like SSS and PhilHealth. Next is treated all employees with respect. This fair treatment will just perform if there is a respect to all employees or even to customers. And to establish a solid union with coworker, it starts with respect to have a good environment. And last is no to child labor. To avoid from that is the business or company should guarantee all the materials or products are ethically sources to avoid child labor because there are some instances that the company is partnered in business with unscrupulous businesses.
Economic responsibilities. Economic responsibility focuses on practices that facilitate the long-term growth of the business, while also meeting the standards set for ethical, environmental, and philanthropic practices. By balancing economic decisions with their overall effects on society, businesses can improve their operations while also engaging in sustainable practices. An example of this is the Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is putting a lot of emphasis on sustainability and physical responsibility as a company. Climate, packaging, and agriculture, as well as water stewardship and product quality are all important considerations. Their mission is a world without waste, with the goal of collecting and recycling every bottle, making all packaging 100% recyclable, and returning all water used in the production of their drink to the environment to maintain water security. They intend to minimize their carbon footprint by 25% by 2030. The company creates jobs across its value chain as a result of its operations, employing local people, paying taxes to governments, purchasing goods, services, and capital equipment from suppliers, and supporting social development initiatives all contribute to the economic growth of local communities. Coca-Cola modifies its manufacturing processes to include recycled products, which could benefit the company by potentially lowering the cost of materials and also benefit society by consuming fewer resources. The end goal of economic responsibility is not to simply maximize its profit, but positively impact the environment, people, and society.